Belize's cattle industry has been on the rise for the past few years, increasing a reported 21.4% between 2022 and 2023. This generated over $70,500,000 in revenue. Belizean cattle is also certified disease-free, but a recent outbreak of screwworm detected in Panama and Costa Rica has raised concerns about the security of the cattle industry. Minister of Agriculture Jose Mai briefed us on the situation.
Last year, October, I think it was, that cases of screwworm showed up in Panama. I believe it was. Screwworms were eradicated from Belize in 1993, I think it was. I was a member of the technical staff that worked then eradicating screwworms from Belize. So we eradicated screwworms in 90s, 93, I think 92, 93. Thereafter, Guatemala eradicated El Salvador all the way down to Panama. There's a natural barrier between Panama and Colombia where the flies don't come over. But for some reason or the other, last year, they claim climate change and they claim the migration of people from South America into Central America. They claim that that must have been the reason why we found the screwworm flies now in Panama. From Panama, it then spilled over to Costa Rica. So Panama right now has more than 1,000 cases. I think Costa Rica has a number of cases. I think they found 202 last week, and they made a declaration, an emergency declaration, that they're having screwworms.
Mai further stated that countries that have invested heavily in cattle, such as Mexico, the United States, Belize, and Guatemala, are especially concerned about the outbreak due to the risk of significant economic damage to the industry.
But every country in Central America, through ORISA, which is the Regional Organization for Animal and Plant Health, are working together to put a plan to try to contain the spread of this pest. Now, you will probably know that the way how screwworms are controlled is by releasing sterile flies. So there is a plant in Panama that produces sterile flies, and then these are spread across the areas that have incidences. And when they mate with the fertile flies, then the eggs do not hatch, so you break the cycle. But we understand that there's not enough flies to disperse in the area, hence we're having increased cases of screwworms. So it is a concern for all of us. We have stepped up our surveillance programs. We do not allow cattle or any animals to come into the country because they can be infected. And so the movement of animals across the region is slowing down and it's being watched carefully. So we have stepped up our game to that.
We spoke with Roxana Alvarez, Chief Veterinary Officer and Technical Director of Animal Health of Baja, who gave further insight into Belize's current preventative measures.
What we've been doing is that we've been sending regular press releases out to remind the public of animal health emergencies. We've been encouraging farmers and producers through their association groups that they need to report cases of myiasis. This is actually when there's an infestation of a wound by larvae, right? So we're asking farmers to report cases of this to their local livestock officers or to our Baja offices. So we've started that process already. We've also been working at training our field officers and our laboratory officers in identification, in prevention and treatment and all of this of the screwworm. And we're participating in regional workshops on the response to these emergencies.
Mai explained that sterile flies are a key part of containing the outbreak, and neighboring countries are pooling resources in order to ensure that every nation is equipped.
Mexico has asked us to assist in financing the cost. I believe we will have to. Every region, every country in the region will have to add some kind of resource in no specific quantities, but we have to just contribute to controlling the outbreak. If we don't do so, to the it will be even more expensive in the next year or so. So we have to step up our game quick and do it very fast. No?
Britney Gordon for News 5.